Good evening, my name is Tom Muldowney. There's nothing I can do about that. Anyway, despite the inclement weather, we have a good house here tonight. And on behalf of Mora O'Byrne and Tommy Dore and the Limerick Writers' Centre, I would like to welcome you all here tonight for the second annual tribute night to that great Limerick man, Richard Harris. It's been a fantastic evening so far, starting off with the showing of This Sporting Life at 5 o'clock. Unfortunately, Declan McLaughlin of the Limerick Film Archive wasn't able to attend due to circumstances beyond his control. He sends his apologies. And I will give you a very brief biographical account of Mr. Harris's movie career and theatrical career later on. So on with the rest of the show. We are going to have a little poetry, some songs and stories, and after that anyone who wishes to participate can come up and recite a poem, tell a story or sing a song about Richard Harris or his two great loves, Limerick City and rugby. I'd like to thank our participants, Mark Whelan, Barney Sheehan, Dominic Taylor, Larry DeClare, Conor Sheehan and Dennis O'Shaughnessy for agreeing to participate in tonight's tribute. Of course, the most intriguing part of the evening is the unveiling, or should I say imbibing, of the new Harris cocktail. This, I am reliably informed by Tommy Dore, will take place after the first part of the show in about an hour's time. So, build up a thirst, my friend. Get in some practice. Okay, first to start up the proceedings with a song written to celebrate the life of Richard Harris is Dominic Taylor and Friends.
Thanks, Tom. That was great. This is a song I wrote a couple of years ago about Richard Harris, and I wrote it with a friend of mine, Sean Kelly, who unfortunately normally plays it. I don't normally sing this song at all, but he can't be here tonight, so I'm going to give it a blast myself. And I have another Sean McLeod, to help me out, and my wife Yvonne here is going to play the flute. So this is called A Man Called Harris. Dreams to the silver screen, I played the game of life. I was wild, alone or exiled, till the day I took flight. Hell-raising days, they were crazy days. I played the field all night long. The booze and the blues got the demons too, from wine, women and song. I'm a man called Harris, a pilgrim to the end, born and raised by the treaty stone. I echo in the wind. Yes, a man called Harris, a hero and a fool, proud to be a Limerick man.
Hope for having us here tonight for this tribute to Richard Harris. I'm going to read a selection of poems. I didn't know the man myself, but I based poems on drawings by the artist Tom Delorey, by which the first section of this book is illustrated. Poem trace of Harris as the Bull McCabe. And this is from The Field by John B. Keane. Bud, what have they done with the old gods? These new priests have no understanding of their own kin. They are not men of flesh, but of milk. What do they understand of the meaning of the dance? What do they know of fields, the meaning of land beneath which Orpheus sleeps, to the weeping contrition of my dead mother, who will wake them toward my promised world? Am I to stand idly by while a riot of greed runs amok without one seeing the shape of things to come? Bud, look up from the glazed intent of your cold eye on cold tea. Do you not see clouds bearing signs of undoing? Eat your sandwich, Bud. There is a footfall of one approaching, one whose blood must be spilt. Without need, his life will be extinguished. Bud, what has become of them, the old gods? Portrait of Harris as exile. And I introduce this poem with a quote from a poem by Hamoira Egialis. Without moving for a second, the streets passed into night, turned into lost names where ghosts lived. I attempted to flee toward where ghosts lived, yet remained in my absence beyond my understanding, as inevitable as sun and rain alighting Limerick streets. On names of streets unknown to me I stood motionless, all colour, virtue and water, dreaming of flowering green valleys, pool of woods, of words, mornings whose sea-misted garments kissed gilky pollock holes, from which memory, with its geometry of horizons and window panes, appeared and disappeared, evergreen shadows of the poet and the painter I had left to the provisions of their own chosen path. On such as these streets, it occurred to me the apple had not fallen far from the tree, but had simply found a home from where it had been placed, cradle crypt of inevitable beginning toward inevitable end. Rain occluded from the parchment of the streets, I built a bridge from here to there. A darkness of lightning pierced my hands with the words, "Go before you are bereft." I sat toward the beautiful city, full of men and women of unmade histories, knowing the hour of my death no longer mattered, but how fully I lived the life I now possessed.
Sir Nix, earlier than expected, is going to give us a monster. Oh,
George Hook, I think, wasn't giving us much of a chance. So he was singing the praises of the French. So this is it, Munster versus Biarritz 2006. They were there before the Huns, George said, in that Basque country between the sea and the Pyrenees. The pride of French rugby. Munster men, you'll take your hat off to these. He forgot to mention the 10 million sum, and that ours were the boys from down the road. Are they not the descendants of Brian Boru and Art O'Leary too? We had Clontarf, they had Waterloo. Peter Stringer was our Patrick Sarsfield, who stole a march behind enemy lines. Only this time we had the power to see it through. Ronan O'Gara was our Cuchulainn, who silenced the hounds of prey. This is ours, you out there can wait another day. The rest were Caesars in their own right, and like true Romans to a man, they can look at the cup with pride and say, Veni, Vidi, Vici. Thank you.